All right. So my name is Dan Melnick, CEO and co-founder at Southlake Consulting and Technologies. I'm here today with Kasim. And if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, this is Kasim, CTO and co-founder at Southlake Consulting and Technologies. So go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah. So we're here with Shahzad, who was one of Kasim's clients and his company, the Future Kind of Stewards. So Shahzad, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and kind of just a little bit more about yourself, your company, how you guys got started.
My name is Shahzad Haider. I'm the president for the Future Connoisseurs. The Future Connoisseurs is an industry body for futuristic luxury, where we're creating an ecosystem around futuristic luxury on a global level with the connoisseurs and innovator in perspective in order to create the future of luxury beyond brands. So that's what the whole idea was. So I contacted Qasim right way before the concept was in the conception. So I talked to him, and we did a lot of meetings even before starting getting onto the job. So that's what we did a lot, and we did have a lot of creative meetings in order to see that what kind of positioning and what kind of packaging we would like to have to present to the global idea, because there are more than 27 luxury associations available right now on a global level. So our basically target and objective was that how do we differentiate? How do we make a distinction apart from all the rest of the crowd? And I think we did it very good because, and I'm not saying because I loved it or Qasim enjoyed doing it, because I'm in the luxury industry for the last more than 26 years now, and I have basically in different stages. I have very close, you can say, associates, my colleagues on international level at the very high positions in the luxury industry, and I have been basically shared the concept, the process, and even the developed product at the end of the website. I shared with them, and everybody was hands down to that. They said the content, the feel, the concept, the messaging, the packaging aspect of it. It was fabulous, and Kasim and his team worked tirelessly on this. In fact, because they have done, and you can ask Kasim, they have done few things which they have never done before. But they never, like, they never pulled them back. They went on. They keep on trying it, and we did not leave it until unless it went and it matched the perfection thought process we had in mind. So I think that was the whole idea. And if you see, we and now we are even improving it. We did an improvement, like an improvement site around, I think, around 4 months back. We added few pages. We did a little bit more navigation into it. So we are keep on continuously taking feedback from the market, and market is changing, and we are upgrading it. So that's what's happening.
Yeah, indeed. I can give the evidence. Like this project took a lot of time. We expected it took, in fact, 2x time than what we expected. But there was a lot of learning. There are a lot of learning curves in this project. This was a unique marketplace, by the way, where there are designers and the end users. They are meeting somehow. But this is one of the I think most unique marketplace I have ever seen.
See, the idea was that how to create distinction, because it's getting very challenging when you are creating a luxury industry body. You are kind of, because you are creating a piece, you're creating an image which is going to be in front of the eyeballs of the icons of luxury internationally. I'm based in New York, so we are talking about Coty, Dior, LVMH, L'Oreal, Estee Lauders. All these guys, the heads of those guys are looking at it. Not only that, but the marketplace. We're talking about, Debenhams. We're talking about, the top international retail. Harrods is looking at it. So we have to make sure. And then the future luxury consultants are looking at it internationally, from Switzerland, from Paris, from Shanghai, from Singapore, from New York. So it has to be one, because we are not a luxury brand, but we have to entice luxury brand owners to get into the industry in order to learn more about it. So that was a challenge. But I think with Qasim's team and my vision, we created something, and I can even show you what people have written on these things and what people have shared with me. That Shahzad, what a website, what a content, what a packaging.
Shahzad, it will be good if you can tell the people how you met me and how we placed the first brick of the logo in many days.
Yeah, in fact, like he was a connection to a connection to a connection. And the first thing I told, because I think it was right after the COVID time, right? The COVID was
Yep.
like just on the exit, and I met you. And then, the first thing I told him, I said, listen, first of all, you have a mountain to achieve, and we don't have any tools. I can tell from good to bad very quickly. So I jumped on it. The things they have done, which I said, just trash it. But there are things they have done. I jumped on it and said, let's do that.
Yeah, in fact, we prepared many options, and he just used to review in few seconds. I don't need this.
Yeah. So it doesn't, like, because I think the most important part where, and Qasim said to me many times, the challenge comes when your client doesn't know what to do.
Yep.
When client doesn't know what they want. This is where the problem is, because then you keep on showing them things and they are still confused. From the day one, even before I contact Qasim, I knew exactly what I wanted. So the minute he would start falling into the place, all the bricks, and I said, okay, we are on the right track. We are on the right track. And boom. But I was not happy because Qasim can tell you, his team was agitated. They were like frustrated, like, what the hell is going on? Why he's not happy? and they were like complaining to him that, oh, Shahzad is not agreeing to us. And I come back to Qasim because, see, I don't know, Dan, if you know, Qasim is the lifeline of his agency. He understands finance, client, communication, design, technology, artwork, management, human resource. He knows everything. So he is like a super powerhouse. And he, at the end of the day, as a
So my question is, so what results did you achieve? Like what areas of your life and career improved, and by how much, from like the very beginning before the project was started until even now? Like, you just mentioned that there were some edits made about 4 months ago. So I guess, yeah, I mean, if you can just share like some of those things, like what was improved.
See, as I just shared with you, I've been in the luxury industry for more than 25 years, 26 years now, in fact. When I started this project, I was just completed my 12 years as the chairman of the board for another luxury association in the Middle East. So I was already on the, you can say on the pyramid of luxury, and I was in the eyes of international media and international fraternity of luxury across the top. So my challenge is, when I'm presenting something of my own, it has to match, if not exceed, the expectation of my clientele, my viewers, my colleagues in the industry on a global level. Because I've been delivering lectures in, for example, in Dubai, in Boston, in LA, in Florence, in Monte Carlo, in Italy, in London. So I have done that internationally in New York. So I've done that. So one is that one, I wanted to create something which matches, if not exceeds. So we created that. That's one. And then as any, I would say, creative leader, you have to have very big ears. You need to listen to people. You cannot stop listening to the people who are saying things. So I keep on things, but the challenge is how to filter out from good quality criticism and feedback from the bad one. So what I did over the time, that I filtered that out, but I picked those things which can add value to our project, which can only improve it. So because my idea is, and because I have already established my personality and my career as a kind of icon of luxury, people listen to me, whenever I say something, people take it very seriously. So then it becomes a very huge responsibility on my shoulders when I present myself with the future connoisseurs. And that, because you're not there all the time, but your website is. The minute you start talking to someone, the person on their cell phone or on their tab on their laptop, they started checking your website, even you're talking to them. So that becomes your ambassador. That becomes your kind of a packaging or positioning. So that, I think that we solved big time. And then on top of it, I have to gain more credibility in the new region, which is United States. I have to bring more. So that add a lot of, because that shows what kind of my thought process is. And that I think worked a lot.
That's great. So I would also ask that we kind of spoke about how you met Qasim. My question would be, what made you decide to work with him? Because I'm sure you probably spoke with other companies. Like, why did you choose Qasim in the first place?
See, to be very honest, I was looking for someone to create this website. I think I'm glad you asked me this. I was looking for someone for the last, I would say, I think it took me 7 months. And I talked to, I'm not kidding, and I even shared, later, because I got so, like, frank with, so I even shared few quotations from other people to Qasim. So, because, and I have been talking to, I think I talked to more than, you can call me not a very good person, but I talked to maybe more than 100 people for that, more than 100 people. I was so desperate because I wanted someone to be desperate to do something. My brief to Qasim was, Qasim, I want to create a website which makes you proud of it that you have done a project. I don't want you to create another website. I said, I want you to create a website which you think that become a kind of your signature website, your signature work, your signature project. If it's not that project, don't do this. There's no point. I'm not interested. And then he really understood it. And he went all of it. He went all the way.
Awesome. And I would also ask, so just, and you mentioned a few different things, but I guess overall in general, where do you think that Qasim's work has added the most value for your company?
I think the most important part is his own involvement into the project as if this is his own project. I never felt, I think from the day I met him till now, I never felt a single moment that two things, and these are the crucial aspects. One, that he has any other client than me. A client should feel that you are the only one. I hate when people tell me, because I deal with so many agencies, oh, I'm busy with other clients. That means I'm not the priority. So that turned me off. So one, I never felt that he has another client. So I know he has so many clients, but he never let me feel that I'm a second priority to him. That's number one. Number two, the minute you feel that they are putting their thin and they're putting the skin into the game, and you never feel that this is somebody else's project. He takes my project, I don't know about others, my project, he took it as if it's his own project, his own company, his own website. That personal touch, the dedication and the commitment, and on the top priority, with no acceptance to any kind of quality resonance or anything, this is very, very rare.
That's great. So I would also ask, how likely are you to recommend for someone to work with Qasim? And why should somebody who's watching this video act now to work with us and to work with Qasim?
I'm really surprised you're asking me this question after all of this. I don't think so. There is any secret behind it. Obviously, so he's I would say 10 by 10, obviously. But anyone looking at it, I would recommend them, urge them, if they have not. I don't think most of the people have found the right partner for these kind of solutions in the business. I work internationally. I'm not talking about one region. I source out my suppliers internationally from Europe, Asia, Middle East, and United States. It is very rare to find somebody who can work with you like a team member. If anybody watching this interview or this recommendation, I would say you need to act now before he gets too busy.
Thank you.
I guess, Qasim, do you have any more questions from your side?
I think I'm good. After all this, I think this is a good note.
Yeah.